Okay. We are live. So it's going to take a few minutes, so be patient. I will be patient. Let me get some cards out. Lots of stuff to talk about today. We're live on YouTube. We're live on Facebook. We are live on, I believe, Stitch. We're live everywhere except TikTok and Insta. That's okay. Okay, but I will do a TikTok tomorrow. You guys know TikTok annoys me when I go live. It's not that TikTok annoys me. It's just I can't do the kind of readings I want to do there. And it's just that people ask crazy questions. It's crazy. The kind of questions they ask me are like, is Billy going to call me? Am I going to hook up with Joey next week? And if you guys know me, you know that I say things like, why are you with somebody that you have to wonder if you're going to hook up with them next week? Like, that's crazy. And so I told a friend of mine the other day that I'm going to get a Sylvia Brown wig and be like, no, honey, I don't think so. Like, just be a smart ass. So, hey, Catherine, where are you from? Let me know where you're from. I'm going to give you guys the link to join me. If you hit that link, it brings you backstage. If you're watching, let me know where you're from. I'm just grabbing some cards. I don't know if you want a card reading. I don't know if you want mediumship. If you want mediumship, you got to join me. You got to jump in with me. Oh, I have a deck of tarot. Ireland. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Hey, Julie. Ireland. I love it. So, what are we manifesting today? I feel like I'm manifesting a bunch of stuff. Okay. So I put the link in if you want to join me and come in and get a reading. If you join me, you know that you are live. We're speaking face to face. So don't be afraid. If I'm here, you can be here with me. Australia. We are hitting it hard across the seas. Holy cow. This is awesome. I love it. Don't be afraid to hit that link and join me. That is awesome. Colleen says she's new. Where are you from, Colleen? Feel free to hit the link. Join me. I would be happy to have you. So when I do these, I just bring you right in. It's a split screen. We talk. We're face to face. Pawpaw. So I've driven through Pawpaw so many times. And there was a horrible, horrible murder in the Pawpaw, in the rest stop. And I'll never stop at that rest stop because it was like 10 years ago or 12 years ago. that a woman like stopped in that rest stop in Paw Paw and got murdered. And so every time I drive through Paw Paw, I will not stop at that rest stop. I don't know why. I will never forget that. It just like every time I drive through Paw Paw, Illinois, I'm like, oh yeah, don't stop at that rest stop. And I wasn't like, I think it was just a random murder, like just a woman who stopped there and got murdered, right, Colleen? Do you know that? Join me. Tell me about it because I just remember hearing about it on the news. And then when you drive through Paw Paw, it's such an unusual sounding name. And when my daughter and I drove down south once, she just made fun of that name all the way down south. Um, and then I'll never forget that hearing about that murder. Seems like it was about the time Casey Anthony was on TV all the time with her crazy shit. So how long ago was that? God, long time ago. So seems like I was watching Nancy Grace at the time. So old Nancy. So anyway, I'm going to put the link in again. Now, if you hit the link, it just puts you backstage. I have to bring you in. Hey, Lori, join me. Tell me where you're from. Maybe I have a story about your town. Who knows? God knows. I don't travel the way I used to travel. You know, there was a time where I did parties, like 4 parties a week. So if you told me what town you were in, I'd be like, oh, yeah, there's a popcorn store downtown and I did a party for the owners and blah, 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 blah. Or there's a photography studio and I did a party there. Or I did a party at the salon. Oh, Crystal Lake, Illinois. Been there. Absolutely been there. I went to World Market somewhat. I don't know if it was in Crystal Lake or close to Crystal Lake, but I went to a Mexican restaurant in Crystal Lake. Is World Market in Crystal Lake? God, I can't remember now. It's somewhere close to Crystal Lake, it seems like. It's down there by... Oh, see? I did go to World Market in Crystal Lake. Your phone won't let you join me? It must be an iPhone. Get on a different browser. Those damn iPhones. So yeah, I was in World Market in Crystal Lake, and then we went and had Mexican food somewhere in Crystal Lake, and it was really good. But World Market was fabulous. Yeah, Bed Bath and Beyond. Yeah, World Market. Anytime I can go, I think it was Pablo's. Isn't it funny? I told you, I go to so many different towns, and honestly, I can tell you, like, oh yeah, I've been here and I went there, and it's crazy. But I do love like Lake County area. That is so cool. And anytime, now you probably don't have a Sendix around you, but anytime I see a Sendix, like in Eastern Wisconsin, Sendix grocery, I love to stop at Sendix and just walk around the grocery store because it is like the coolest grocery stores ever. I don't know if you have a Sendix grocery store over there, but they're in Eastern Wisconsin for sure. And they even have Sendix gas stations that have like, it's just so cool. And you're going to think I'm crazy, but they have like gourmet food at, okay, Milwaukee. Yes, they have the best cookies. They have the best everything at Sendix. Like everything is so good. So you know what I'm talking about. Like you feel like you're shopping in like luxury when you go to Sendix. Yeah, you're not at the Piggly Wiggly. You're like shopping at Sendix. Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, so I'm not alone in that. That's so funny. So you know about Sendix. So yeah, when I'm out, Hey, I know it's crazy. So the one thing with me traveling all over like Eastern, Western, Wisconsin, Illinois, I get to stop at all these really fun places and experience all these things. And it's so cool. But I will always go to a quick trip. So I did a party the other night in Fontana at the Abbey Resort. And it was a family reading, and they invited me to the Abbey Resort to do a group reading. And I went, and on the way home, I told Ken, I'm like, I'm going to stop at Quick Trip and get some pizzas to put in the freezer. Because we're in Illinois now, and we're getting quick stars, but we don't have any close to us yet. So whenever I'm in Wisconsin, I go to Quick Trip. Yeah, like Geneva, see? And so I will go to Quick Trip and I will get the bacon wrapped chicken breasts, and I will get the pothole pizzas, because the pizzas with the cheese curds on them, oh my God, you have to have those. And I'll get a bunch of the Quick Trip stuff and fill my freezer when I get home. And he's like, damn right, you're going to go to Quick Trip and get those pizzas. Now, when you think about pizzas from a gas station, you're like, really, Jonna, like pizzas from a gas station? But Quick Trip pizzas, there's something. I'm telling you, there is something about Quick Trip pizzas. Colleen, how are you?
Hi, how are you? I got in finally.
Where are you from?
Paw Paw, Illinois. There's
Oh,
also a Paw Paw, Michigan,
there
but
is.
it's in Illinois.
So I know I drive through it all the time. So am I
Oh, it's so
wrong about
small.
the murder that happened in the way station there, or in the rest stop?
I'm not sure. Did that happen? A murder?
What?
I'm not sure.
It was like
Yeah,
15,
where did
it
that
was
happen?
like 15 years ago. There was a murder in the rest stop right off the I-90 or I-39.
Yeah.
Your father saw the guy. He worked there.
Oh, my dad worked with the guy, I guess.
No, he didn't work with
Oh, he didn't work with him, but he's seen him because my dad works at the rest stop there in Rochelle.
Well, okay. I don't know. There's a story about the woman who got murdered at the rest stop.
Oh.
Papa.
I'm
not making this shit up.
I swear to God. Yeah, I'm not from here originally. I'm from Blue Island.
Okay, where's Blue Island?
Blue Island is south of Chicago.
Okay.
It's like the first suburb on the south side.
I'm making my way around Chicago right now. I don't like going into Chicago. It's kind of like going into Minneapolis. That sucks.
Oh.
But I will go all the way around it. I'll go all the way around it. I'll go... I'll drive all the way around Minneapolis and go all the way around. But yeah, I don't like going in Chicago for anything.
Oh, it's so crowded.
I know. And then parking and the highways, it just sucks. And the same with Minneapolis, trying to pay to park and do all those things. But I will go all the way around and have some fun and like go to, like White Bear Lake and all those kind of things and have fun.
Yeah.
So, anyway, what would you like me to do for you today? Would you like me to do like some other side stuff? Would you like me to do some future stuff? What are you looking at?
Other side stuff.
Okay. Well, let me take my glasses off so I can open up my third eye.
Okay.
I'm going to tune into your energy. I'm just going to ground you. I'm going to ground me. I'm going to open up, and we're going to see what I can pick up here. So hang on. Okay. So I got a couple things going on here. I have somebody that I feel like she can't breathe. I feel like there was some issues with lungs or breathing, or maybe even congestive heart failure. I feel like a generation above you. Do you have mom or mother-in-law on the other side?
I have my grandma, but my niece passed away.
Hang on.
In the back.
How did your niece pass?
In the bathtub. She was 17.
Okay, hang on. I'm going to get there. I'm going to get there. But is there a woman a generation above you who has passed?
My grandma.
Okay, that's 2 generations above.
My Beverly, my mother-in-law.
That's where I was going.
Hmm.
That's where I was going. I want to talk about your mother-in-law first. Okay? Let me do the drive-in on this, okay? Oh my gosh, where'd you go? What the hell? Get back in here, honey. Oh, we got to get her back. Oh, the rotisserie chicken. I get it all the time, and I make enchiladas with it. We have to get her back in. Colleen, get in here. Yeah, I make enchiladas with that rotisserie chicken. I almost bought one today at Walmart to make enchiladas, but sometimes I make enchiladas way too much because we like them. Come on back, Colleen. Come on, Colleen. Get back in here. Technical difficulties today. So while we're waiting for Colleen to get back in here, I have, if you didn't get my email from my website, I have a group, a subscription group on my website called Honeybees. It's $5 a month, $5, free classes that goes right into the Honeybees group. So if you go on my website, mediumjohnnak.com, and then you go to the tab that says groups, and then you subscribe, $5 a month. That's it. Every month I will be doing basically this, but you get longer readings. Every month I will be, just for the honeybees, doing a group reading. Just for you honeys. So if you go in there and you subscribe, you will have a code, and every month, and it's not online, it's private, like nobody sees us. And then there's like Q&A with just me, again, private. Nobody sees what we're doing. So you might want to subscribe to Honeybees on mediumjohnnak.com for $5 a month. Free classes, free readings at $5 a month. You're never going to get a deal like that ever, ever, ever from any other medium. Okay. Thank you for coming back. I don't know what happened to us.
Oh my God. Hi.
Okay. So I want to get back to your mother-in-law because she wants to come through first. So hang on. Did she have issues with lungs, or did she have issues with breathing at the end of her life?
Yes.
Okay. Because that's what she shows me. And Elizabeth or Betty, does that connect to her?
No, but my confirmation name is Elizabeth.
Okay, so that's what she's just trying to say. Like, how would I know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, did her husband like to drink?
Yeah.
And she put up with him for a long time, right?
Yes.
And I feel like she was a saint. She was just so patient with him. Does that make sense?
Yeah, she was very patient.
Absolutely. I mean, she just wants to come through. She just wants to say how much she loves you, and that she just looks at you as somebody that will always be her daughter in the heart. And that you did good, kid. You did good, kid.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. And she just wants you to know that. I mean, she just wanted to be first through the door. And she kept saying, I'm mom, I'm mom, I'm mom. And
Yeah,
I just didn't know. I couldn't tell if she was mom or mother-in-law because she came through so strongly as like, I'm mom. So that's
Mm-hmm.
why I'm like, is this mom or mother-in-law? And you kept saying, Grandma, I got a niece. I'm like, no, she's one generation.
Mm-hmm.
And she just comes through with this heart energy, like, that you were her daughter no matter what.
Mm.
So just know
Thank
that.
you.
Yes. And she says she comes to you in dreams. Um, and did you just have a birthday?
Yes,
Okay, because
in July.
she puts a cupcake in front of you and says she has not forgotten your birthday.
Mm.
Yeah. So a cupcake with a candle in it is always my sign for birthday. And she says, you just had a
Oh,
birthday. She has not forgotten. So, and
oh,
I feel
thank
like
you.
she would go and buy like everybody's cards like a year and keep them in a box, and like when somebody's birthday came along, she'd pull out that card and write it out and send it out. Like she always had her cards, everybody's cards like in a
Mhm.
file, and she would send it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she's like, I
Mhm.
didn't
Yeah.
get your card, but I want you to know I was thinking about you.
Oh, thank you.
Mhm. But she says that husband, she's done. She'll never have that lesson again with him.
Right? No, it was a
Hmm.
bad one.
Yeah. She's like, I paid my dues and I did what I have to do, but I'm not doing that again.
Hmm.
Isn't that funny? I mean, she loved him,
Yeah.
and she came in and she paid her lesson. Like they had a lesson, and
Yeah. That
she
that makes a
fulfilled
lot
the
of sense. Yeah.
contract. Yeah, she fulfilled
Hmm.
that spiritual contract, and she just wants you to know, like sometimes you just have to fulfill that spiritual contract, and that's what I did. Now,
Yeah.
was her son a lot like his dad?
Yeah. Yeah.
That
That,
was your
yeah.
husband,
Yes.
and she is
Yeah.
very sorry. She says,
Is he with her?
"Mm-hmm." He's being very quiet.
Yeah. Yeah. I could assume that he would
I mean,
be.
she didn't mean to raise him like that, but his dad did.
Yeah. Abuse.
Yeah, he meant to raise him like that, but she did not.
No. Oh no.
Hmm.
Mm-mm.
And he was reckless, and he was mean, and he comes through very quiet and with his head down. So I do feel like he's remorseful, and I feel like he comes to you in dreams at time and shows you that he's remorseful.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Who's Barb?
Barb is my ex best friend who I was good friends with, but she was not a good friend to me at all.
Okay, he
Because,
mentions Barb. Was he fooling around
yeah,
with her?
no, but he didn't like her and he don't want me to hang around with her.
Oh,
Um,
he's still obsessing about that shit.
yeah. Well, her husband is a drunk and he hit on me and stuff.
Okay.
So I
Well,
can't,
he makes me feel like boundaries were crossed. So I get that.
yeah,
I get that.
yeah,
It's funny. That's
yeah.
crazy.
I know. But yeah, it's the truth.
Isn't that funny? Boundaries were crossed. I thought he fooled around with Barb. Huh.
No, no. She probably tried.
She might have.
Yeah.
Because I'm not so sure she got the attention from her husband.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. I
And
had
so
to cut that tie.
I understand that. Sometimes those friendships aren't doing what they should do. Um.
Right.
Anyway, he just brings up Barb. He's just kind of like Barb.
Yeah. It's exactly how we would say it.
I just feel like it's his way of proving it's him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just his
That's
way
a
of
good way
saying,
to.
yeah, yep. As far as your niece goes, I just want to talk a minute about her. She,
Okay.
she was younger when she passed, correct?
Yes.
And she takes responsibility for bad choices or choices that led to her passing.
Yeah.
But she also says she would have never went there had it not been for him. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
But she also says, but it's on me. It's on me. So I get it. I get it. Did she leave a daughter here?
No.
She's watching over
She was
somebody's
like a
little
dog.
girl.
Maybe. Well, my daughter Violet is her cousin, and she always called her little girl.
Okay, because she says my little girl, my little girl. So that would make sense.
Yeah. Yeah. She always watched over Violet. Always.
Okay. Well, she says my little girl.
That's what she called her, my little girl.
How old is Violet?
Yeah. 19.
She's supposed to go into the beauty business. Is
I
that
told
her
her
dream?
that. Yeah, I told her that because she's very, very, very good at her hair and makeup and stuff. And I tell her she should be into cosmetics and the beautician because she's so good
Not
at it.
hair, just face. So esthetician.
Yeah. Yep. She's beautiful and she's really good at that.
Yeah, esthetician. Just do facials, lashes, and she can complete that course in 6 months and be making big money.
Wow. I just told her that yesterday.
Well, your niece was listening and she's confirming it.
Wonderful. That's
Yeah.
wonderful.
Awesome.
I miss her
Okay,
so.
honey.
I miss her so much.
I'm going to move on. We have Jen in the waiting area, so I got to move on. But thank you so
Well,
much.
thank you.
Yes.
Thank you as well.
Thank
And
you.
I'm going to be subscribing.
Thank you. Yeah, go to my website and look for the honeybees under groups. It's $5 a month.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You take care.
You too. You too.
Yep, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Yeah, if you subscribe to honeybees, you get this every month. And your chances of getting chosen are really, really, really good. So yeah, once a month, and it's private. It's not in front of everybody. So if you're a honeybee, we have private stuff like this, and nobody watches us. Like we can drink and swear and say whatever the hell we want. So, and if you know me, you know that I tend to get a little, frisky. So Jen, where are you from?
Hi, Baltimore.
Baltimore. Oh my gosh. So that is from Baltimore. I listened to a podcast about, is it Zayed?
Yeah.
The cereal podcast?
Oh, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure the cereal podcast was Baltimore.
Okay.
The kid who was framed for murder and left the girl in the park.
Oh.
Yeah, because there's a lot of crime in Baltimore, right?
Yeah.
They're cleaning it up, I think, right?
Yeah.
There's certain areas. It's like Beloit. There's
Yeah.
just areas.
It's a mixture.
Yeah. Yeah. You
Yeah.
just gotta know where to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
There's a podcast called Serial, and I think the first season was about a kid in Baltimore.
Okay.
That
I'll
they
have to look that up.
Look it up. It's so good.
Okay.
I love podcasts.
Okay.
I love true crime.
I do too.
Like Dateline and Wine is like my thing. Yeah. So, Jen, what do you want me to look at for you?
I just kind of want to know who's with me.
Okay. Oh, Tony says she listens to that podcast. Tony, am I right? Is it Zayed in Baltimore? Was that season 1? I'm probably not saying his name right. I'm probably not saying it right. Sorry. So here's the thing. I got to tell you. Oh, I am saying it right. So when I was a teenager, before Sally Jesse Raphael had a TV show, she used to be on late at night. and had a call-in show. And I used to listen to her show every night. And people would call in and they'd be like, I'm from this city. And she'd be like, oh, let me tell you about that city.
She knew all of them, huh?
She did. And it was so impressive. And I'd be like, how the hell does she know all that? It was so much fun that she could like just pop that off. So yeah. So now I'm like, oh, let me be Sally Jesse. Let me see. How are you able to see Jana on Facebook, or is this Zoom? No, this is, hang on, let me give you a link. If you click this link, you're backstage. And once you're backstage, I can bring you in. So just click the link. Was it hard to join, Jen?
Not too hard.
No, you click the link. Hang on, let me just put it in again. There we go. If you click that link, it'll put you backstage and you just got to be patient, right? You were very patient. Okay. Let me just tune into your energy and see who wants to come forward for you.
Okay.
So let me just kind of open up here. Oh. So I got to tell you something. So I only give the verbal skills that they had when they passed.
Okay.
So trust me on this. So that if I get a child and they didn't have verbal skills, they can't like be like, I loved spaghetti and that was my favorite meal, you know, that kind of thing.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
somebody's showing me a tree planted in their name with a plaque and a giraffe. And I feel like somebody lost a baby boy and there was a tree planted in their name and a giraffe and a plaque. And that was about them.
I don't know.
Interesting. Are you married?
Yes.
Is there somebody in your husband's family who lost a baby boy? And I feel like he was born, but maybe only lived for a couple weeks, couple days, or couple months.
Not that I know of.
Okay. Just take that with you. Do a little
Okay.
research.
Okay.
Okay. D, if it won't allow you, you probably have a iPhone or an
Yeah.
iPhone. And iPhones are a pain in the butt. Oh, you're on a tablet. I bet it has something to do with your browser. No,
It's
it's
an
okay.
iPhone. It is an iPhone.
You have an iPhone?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you have a Superman iPhone. Because sometimes iPhones are a pain in the butt to get in this.
Okay.
Yeah, one of the podcasts I do, we do through this. In fact, that's how I learned how to do this. And they're comedians, they're fun guys, but
Mm-hmm.
everybody who has iPhones can't get in. Like, it's crazy.
Oh.
Anyway, I don't know. I just almost feel like this would be in your husband's family. So just do a little check-in and see.
Okay.
Okay, now I get somebody who makes me feel like they were at the end stage of their life. I do get older person. I get that metallic taste in my mouth of medication. So I feel like medication was, you know, like in an IV. And that, you know, how when you have, I don't know if you've ever had an IV medication, but you get like suddenly when it's pumped into your veins, you get a metallic taste in your mouth. Have you ever
Yeah.
experienced that?
Yeah.
Okay. And I have to say, I feel very thirsty. Like I need that sponge shoved in my mouth. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Are you a nurse?
No.
Okay.
I do ultrasounds.
Oh,
on
so you do
fetuses.
work in the medical field.
Yeah, an OB.
Okay. Oh,
I don't know if that's what the baby is.
That could very well be where I pick up that energy of you might have got real close to somebody who was coming in for
Yeah.
ultrasounds a lot and then they lost their child.
Oh.
Hmm.
Mm.
That would not shock me.
Yeah, we see sick babies here.
Yeah, because when I had Bergen, I had to have like 9 ultrasounds because I had what's that called? In the 9th month, my baby would not be able to get nutrients from the placenta, and my babies would start to lose ounces.
Okay. They
And
were
so,
growth restricted.
so we had to induce
Okay.
in the 9th. As
That
soon
makes
as she lost 1 ounce, we induced.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why we had so many ultrasounds. We had to weigh and measure all the time.
Okay.
And the
That makes
minute she
sense.
lost an ounce, we were like, bam, oxytocin.
Oh. Yes.
There was no screwing around. It was like, here we go. And she was my biggest baby at 6
Uh-huh.
pounds.
Okay.
Yeah,
Whoa.
because the ones at term weighed 4 pounds and 5 pounds.
Oh,
And one didn't survive at term.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you have that thing. And so that might be what I'm picking up on, because I
Okay.
ended up getting to know those ultrasound techs pretty well.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
And the nurses and the OB staff. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway, I feel like I hear the name, I don't know, Irene. I'm not sure what this is, but I hear something like that. Does that connect to you?
Eleanor?
Oh, Eleanor would make sense. Is this grandma for you?
Yeah.
Okay. And she was really well taken care of at the end of her life. And had she lost a son prior to her passing?
Mm-hmm.
He was sitting on the bed waiting to take her, and she could see him.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because she says there were people holding onto her hand, stroking her hand, and telling her it was okay to go. And he was telling her it was okay to come.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And she's like, once I saw him, I felt safe enough to go.
Okay.
Yeah. But there was love sending her and love greeting her.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when she took her last breath. Yeah. And there was no pain. She wants you to know there was no pain.
Okay.
Did she pass in the facility you work in?
Yeah, I worked there. I didn't then, but I do now.
She really loves that was like your home, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
So that made her feel better about that. So just know that she felt like, that you had a connection to that. Is there a Dan or Danny? That's not connected to her somehow?
Dorothy?
Who?
Dorothy?
Dorothy?
No, that's a female, right? You said Dan?
I'm getting Dan or Danny.
I can't think of anybody.
Okay.
Stan? Stanley or Stan?
Oh, not Stan. No, I would get that in a different way.
Okay.
Anyway. Oh, somebody says I don't have Facebook on my phone. You don't have to. This is, once you click that link, you're not on Facebook. This is not Facebook. This is StreamYard. Because you're not on Facebook, are you? Like, you're in a whole different app.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I am.
And
Mhm.
you don't need this app. You don't have to download anything to get here, right?
No.
You just click the link. All you got to do is be online and you're with us.
Mhm.
So, yeah, this is not rocket science. Sorry. I'm so sensory and tasking and doing. It's crazy. Anyway, she's okay, and she wants you to know she's okay.
Okay. Thank you.
And that she had love when she passed. That's what
Okay.
she's saying.
Thank you.
So absolutely. Just know that she felt like the fact that you worked there and that you would be coming in and out of there after her passing made her feel good.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much. I'm going to move on to Jennifer here
Okay.
waiting in the waiting room. Thank you.
Thank you.
You take care.
You too.
Yep. Bye-bye. Okay. Jennifer, quit trying to French kiss me, Venus. I know. You had a bath and you feel so special, don't you? Oh my gosh, Jennifer Cameron, where are you from?
I'm from South Beloit. You know me. I mean, you don't know me, but I know you.
Do you know how weird it is to go like get gas and have people go, Jonna? And I'm like, hi. And I don't recognize them, like not giving them readings. It's like so weird because I can't like place them if they're not like sitting with me getting a reading.
Yeah, I've gotten a reading, and my mom got just a wonderful reading shortly after my dad passed that really helped her move on.
Aw, thank you. Did I come to a party or did you guys come to my studio?
Way back then, that was 2015 that we came to your studio, and we did
No, I didn't have a studio then. You must have came to my house.
Yeah, it was in the basement. Yeah,
That was at my house. Yeah. Yep. Over by the creek.
it really helped her move on from that.
Over by the old bridge in the creek.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So did I give you alcohol?
No, not that day.
Because I had that big bar in the basement and stuff. So yeah. Yep. Well, thank you. I haven't seen you since 2015. That's almost been 10 years.
Yeah, I can't believe it.
Wow.
Long
That
time.
basement saw a lot of action. I'm telling you, I was busy in that basement. That's crazy. So what are we doing today? What do you want me to do?
I've done a lot of different things since then. Spiritually, for myself, I had learned Reiki at that time, and I have taken hypnotherapy school. So I'm not sure what to do with it all. I can't just leave my daytime job. I really do need it to stay secure. However, I'm wondering if I should pursue more.
So I never ever felt that way. Here I was with 3 kids in my house.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I can't get a job because then I'll never make money doing this. So that was my philosophy is if I'm not hungry enough to make money doing this, I won't make the money.
Right.
And so
because I have the job, right? But I want to do it just for the sake of doing it. Most of the time, I don't even charge. So.
oh God, no, you have to charge. So I do private mentorship courses now too. So if you ever want to get involved in that, you can. And if you have a partner, I charge less. So, if you have 2 then I charge less per hour. But I'm in Illinois now too. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I just put a graphic up that said Wisconsin woo and Illinois. Like or I said making Wisconsin woo woo and making Illinois is funny. It's just goofy. Anyway, I mean, you could get involved in some psychic fairs or holistic stuff like that.
Well,
They're really draining.
me is like a literal spirit came through my window on the front porch the other day. I have a kind of similar area. I sit on my front porch. That's where I do all my spiritual work. And I've gotten to the point where I can figure out whether it's a male or female, and I can figure out if whether it's somebody's mom, grandma, the line in the family. But that's about as far as I can't get. I haven't gotten much farther than that.
Oh, wait, my Aunt Eleanor had a son named Danny. And she was a nurse. Sorry. Isn't it funny how things come up?
Comes back later. Yeah.
I'm telling you. Like, that's why, I don't get like all worked up going on, yeah. Like there's a Danny. Because honestly, sorry, I'm going to get you comfy now because it's getting to be that time in the broadcast where I got to get freaking comfortable. Okay. So are you meditating? Are you journaling? Are you doing all those things on a regular?
But I am a meditator. I do definitely meditations quite often.
Okay. I mean, a spiritual awakening needs a spiritual practice. So in order to keep it, how can I say? I always say you got to keep oil in the car to keep it running. Meditation is the oil in the car to keep the spiritual practice going. The awakening going. Interesting. I mean, I would just get involved with some of these holistic fairs and see what you can do.
Okay.
Or if you want to keep learning, just keep learning.
Sure.
But the problem with that is if you don't jump in the pool, you're going to circle around it.
Yeah. And I feel like that's what I've already been doing for a little bit of time now.
Yeah. And then you get scared to jump in.
Yeah. Like lives, I would love to do something like this, but I don't know. There's a fear there blocking me.
Well, I mean, get a hold of me. I'll just take you in with me.
Okay.
I mean, that's what I do. I help other people. You should know that. I mean, I'll just bring you in here with me and make people talk to you.
Because I was wondering, like, where do you practice with the dead without bothering the dead? Like, how do you?
Well, I had a boutique. So I just did free readings. So everybody who came in, I was just like, can I give you a mini reading? And some people ran out the door like I was crazy. And some people were like, yes, give me a free reading. And so that's how I built my clientele.
Okay.
And then a DJ walked in.
And I'm really good at doing readings and things. I'll put myself out there. I'll charge for readings. I've been doing them for a really long time. But I don't feel comfortable saying that I'm specifically a medium, because I don't feel like I've gotten enough skills to back that. I'm learning that is part of what I can do, but that's not what I would put myself forward as.
So I, at first, was just a card reader. That I was like, I'm a card reader. And then when I started getting names while I was doing card readings, and I started getting information that was beyond what I could pick up from the cards, I was like, maybe I am a little bit psychic here. Maybe I am doing something. And honestly, I let other people call me a psychic before I called myself psychic.
Yeah.
Honestly, I had to. And then before I called myself a medium, I started asking people if I could hold objects from their loved ones. And if I was popping off with anything during the card reading that made sense with a medium reading, so be it. But I wasn't calling myself a medium yet. I did that for 2 years before I called myself a medium.
Oh, I'm good, because I do that too. I do that too.
Right.
With label on it, and I didn't want to set them up ahead of time for thinking I'd be able to get dates and names and time and things. But I'm more of a feel it. I feel the energy more than I hear anything. So I just need to work on it more than develop it more.
I mean, I just really I've always struggled with confidence. Believe it or not, I know I'm freaking cocky as shit now. Because I am, and I know I am. And this is the only thing I think. I mean, I did hair, and I was pretty confident in doing hair. But I think that because I am really confident in this, because it is one thing I know I do well.
Yes.
But it took a long time for me to convince myself I did it well.
Oh.
It did. I mean, I've been doing it for over 20 years. Now, here's the tricky part about this business. Knowing you do something well or having other people stroke you is two different things.
Correct.
I don't need the stroking or the compliments to know my ability. And if you live off the stroking or the compliments, then when somebody tells you that you're not good, it deflates you.
Oh.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I live by the moment. Like, I know that the different readings I've had touched people and helped people in the way they needed at that time. So I feel great about that moment because I'm more trust.
Again, you just said that okay. So remember what I just said about I don't get too excited when the name doesn't match up.
Right.
and I just move on because I know what I told them was true in my heart.
Right.
Okay. And then they're like, oh, yeah, Danny was her son. I'm like, yeah, I knew it.
Validation back, but like
Right.
I
But
know it's coming from the right place, so that I know that what I'm saying is at least accurate. Most of the time, they give me some kind of validation back.
but you got to learn to live without validation is
Okay.
all I'm saying. Because if she even would have came back and not said that about Danny, I still would have known that Danny made sense.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
I struggle with that in my personal life in the past, so maybe that's a correlation going on.
You have to totally get over that.
Okay.
You have to totally get over that. And once you get over that, because otherwise, all that stroking, like if somebody's saying, oh my God, you're so good, and this and that and the other thing, you're going to need it all the time. And that you'll know the readers who need it, and you'll know the readers who don't.
Okay.
And I'm just saying there's certain personalities.
Sure. Sure.
And they're doing it for the wrong reasons.
I just really like the helping part, like how you helped my mom get information that she otherwise would not have had to clear up how she felt inside, helped her move on. So that's the part that I like the most. I like to see how people take the information and then go and use it in some kind of positive way in their life.
And with what I do is I give the information, it's theirs, and I move on, and I don't remember. It's like, honest to God, it's not mine to remember.
True. True.
Mm-hmm. So I'm just like, how can I, you know how water runs through a pipe?
Right.
The water is the important part. I'm just the pipe.
Right. Right. I agree. I
Yeah. So, and then the pipe doesn't remember the water. That's kind of the way I look at it. So yeah, I just try not to get, after 20 some years of doing this, I don't want it to be about me. I want it to be about the people.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, and it's still fun. It's always going to be fun.
It is. It's always fun, and I like that. I like when you do the different cards because I have tons of different decks too, Oracle decks and all that stuff. So there's a lot of ways to make it fun as well.
Oh, the visuals are great. Like,
Yeah.
especially with lives and TikTok live. Oh my God, it's so fun with visuals with TikTok live. Like, you need them because people are crazy on TikTok. Girl. Yeah. But, I think again, I didn't have any of this when I was coming into this. I didn't have any videos to watch. YouTube wasn't even a thing. Like, there were no videos online.
Right.
It was still, you got mail time. Seriously. You know what we had, and you'll find this out because my friend Frank is going to start doing these with me. And Frank and I were involved with the MSN board. That's how we met. And we turned out to be really good friends. And this was, God, 1999, 2000. No, it was late 90s. 99, 2000-ish, somewhere in there. Because Bergen was still a baby, and I could type around her while she fell asleep on my shoulder. Yeah. So she was just still a baby. And we would do these chats every Friday night where we would read for each other and practice readings. And that was our Friday night chat. And I would get like wine coolers or something, and we would sit and practice doing readings. And there were people all over the world. And Anthony Grizelka is one of them. And he's worked with James Van Praagh now. Like he's kind of famous.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So we were really lucky that we got to work, and we were dedicated to be there every Friday night to work together. which is great. And it was an MSN board, and MSN boards don't even exist anymore, but that was our thing. Yeah.
Good, you don't still like have that. You know, they don't have,
No, but it was our thing. Isn't that funny?
yeah. Do you
So,
feel any of my like ancestors or anything still around me, or anybody trying to?
mm. Have you been working on some sort of ancestry project right now? I feel like somebody in your family has been working on something and they got stuck.
My mom has been that person for many, many years, but she stopped a while back.
Okay. Because I feel like if she can continue to dig into it, she's going to find something big. There is like there's been a rumor about some family members, and there's some truth to it. So I'm not sure historically, if somebody said, oh, we're this family, kind of thing. So I do feel there's some truth to that.
My grandma was supposed to be, she's a McCoy of the Hatfield and McCoy's family.
Okay. So like Virginia, Kentucky kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. So that makes sense to me because I get historically there is something connected to that.
Okay.
That's crazy.
My mom would love to hear that because she spent a lot of years digging into it.
She needs to keep digging because I feel like there is that historical thing and she will find it.
Okay.
But didn't the Hatfields and McCoys like marry each other?
Yes. And yes. There was some mixing.
That is so fun. Oh my God. So my husband's family is from around that same area, like his ancestors too. And he looks like one of those Hatfields. Like I looked up pictures of him and he looks identical to one of the Hatfields. I'm like, honey, I think you're a Hatfield. Because he looks exactly like one of them. And his dad always says he was a Kentucky hillbilly. So, 'cause he came from that same, what is it, Barberville, Kentucky?
I'm not exactly sure.
I think that's like right on the border of Virginia area there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Because it was all right on the border.
Yes.
Anyway, I feel like if you do the research, you'll find that there is a connection there because I'm getting an ancestor that says, keep digging. It is there.
Okay.
And do the DNA. The DNA is the answer.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because it's your mom's mom that said that or your mom's grandma?
My mom's mom.
Okay.
And my mom's mom's mom passed away when she was a baby. So the family didn't really get to have time with her. And I have a portrait of her in my living room. So I wondered if she was still connected to me or anything like that.
Yeah, I feel like she's the one who had all the knowledge.
And the spiritual gifts, I feel like it comes from her.
Yeah. So is there somebody like Anne or Annabelle or something, Annie or something like that?
Possible. I can ask my mom.
Take a look at that and see what that's about because I feel like that's where you're going to find your answers.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, but you're going to have to take a trip to the border of Virginia, Kentucky and plant your feet there.
Go to cemeteries to get the genealogy information right off the gravestone. Literally.
I mean, some of those gravestones don't exist anymore either.
That's what we used to do, like in the 90s.
Yeah, I mean, some of them have chipped and fallen apart, but it would be fun to take some pictures and see what you can find in the pictures.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like some of those cemeteries have been built over or bodies have been moved because some of those were right on the land of the people who owned the property. So you need to write a book about this.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That could be part of your spiritual stuff.
I've been interested in writing a book.
I would work on automatic writing and see if you can't channel something.
Okay. I struggle with journaling. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, but I do struggle with journaling.
Don't journal, like dump everything in your soul onto a piece of paper. Do like list journals.
Okay.
If it comes to like you journaling about you, just do lists.
Okay.
You don't have to soul dump. That sucks. Nobody wants to do that.
It's more like my hand is not fast enough to write the word as
You are an automatic writer then.
yeah, that's my problem. I'm trying to write and it's just not, my hand's not fast enough.
So Stephen King's an automatic writer too. So do you type?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
so
easier.
automatic write with typing.
Okay.
Because I'm a super fast typist. I can type like 80 words a minute. And I can type without thinking. When the kids were little, I could be like yelling at the kids and not look at the keyboard.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Do automatic writing with typing. It's easy.
Okay.
Just go into a meditative state first.
Right.
It's fun. In the dark. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, do you have to look at the keyboard?
No, not when I'm like trying to think. Only when I'm trying to think about what I'm going to write, like purposely, have to, if I'm like work or something. But no, I could do it without and just let it flow.
Yeah.
I thought about using the keyboard. Duh.
I mean, have you taken a course in chakras? Do you understand chakras?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So open that crown chakra and start writing.
Okay.
Just open it like a funnel. Whoosh, come out the fingertips.
Okay. That's a great idea. I
It'd be fun.
feel like the energy's trying to get out of you in your hands. Like sometimes my hands feel like, because I do Reiki and stuff, but I'm not like doing Reiki right now, but my hands feel like something's trying to come out of them.
Because they're probably tingling because we're talking about automatic writing.
Yeah, they did. They just started to like just a few minutes ago. I didn't know if I was arthritis or something, but this happens to me all the time.
Tap, tap, tap. Oh my God, you're going to have so much fun. That's exciting.
Yeah.
Do it, girl. Do it. Okay, one more time for the kids in the back of the row. $5 subscription on my website for honeybees. Once a month, I'm going to be doing like just for my honeybees readings. It's not broadcast online. It's private. What stays in the honeybees stays in the honeybees. There will be links. It's free group readings every month. Free classes. Yes. You get my mentorship for free in the honeybees.
Oh.
So, yes.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I just did a whole chakra class last night to put in the honeybees.
Oh,
So,
nice.
yeah, I'm sitting here like zoned in like I was on freaking Adderall last night. I was not. And I told Ken I needed some. But yeah, I wrote the whole chakra class to put in the honeybees. So $5 a month gives you a subscription at Medium Jonna K in the honeybees, or the honeybees group. So you want to go into that subscription group. It's $5 a month. You get access to me, like Ask Me Anything once a month, like what we're doing. And you get group reading once a month and free classes that are listed on my website, like the manifesting. There's all kinds of classes I do. So get on there and get your subscription. But right now, I'm going to go make dinner for my hubby, and I'll be on next Monday for another one of these. So thanks, you guys. Everybody have a great week. Thanks.